recording. Now I'll officially welcome everyone now that I'm hitting record, getting back in the swing of things on a Monday. So welcome Sarita and Jody and Hanson and Tyler and Colin and Matthew. I wish more people were here, but you guys are the special ones. So you get all the inside scoop on everything, including big announcement if you haven't heard. Chick-fil-A's coming down the road here. It's they're filing their paperwork and all the stuff they got to do to go where Ruby Tuesday used to be. So if you like Chick-fil-A and you're happy to have one in Battle Creek, they'll be building one probably on B Drive there. We're not far from here at the high school. So that's in the news that I've been hearing about. But this week is our last week before spring break. And right now, my plans is to only do a Zoom on today and tomorrow. Because by Thursday afternoon, honestly, I don't think I'd have anything new to cover. If someone got a specific problem or whatever, they can obviously always contact me directly. If there is something that does need to be addressed by then, I'll either do it in an announcement in the stream on Google Classroom or make a standalone video. I doubt I'll call a Zoom meeting on short notice. So, but right now, let's not plan one Thursday. We kick off spring break on Thursday after school. So I think by then we'll all be ready to move on. Which brings me to a couple of things involving spring break. Number one, we got the assignments for this week and, of course, all the other weeks this semester so far that I'd like to have wrapped up by this week. For some of you, no problem. You've been staying caught up. You're all caught up. You just got to do this week's assignment. And you don't really have anything to worry about. Some of you just missing a few things here and there. So, get those things caught up and turned in. A few people, and they're not the people that are here right now, are behind quite a bit. And I've been contacting them. If they happen to watch this Zoom, which I highly doubt they do, they can get in touch with me. But they're in, so few people are in jeopardy of not passing, which means they have to take the class again. So if you're one of those people that are behind a little or a lot, be in touch with me, get caught up. Spring break's a golden opportunity to get caught up. Okay, back to our regular lessons here. Let's see, a few general things first. Before I get into the stuff we're doing right now, like I said, spring break kicks off after school on Thursday. So we got Friday off officially and next week. You guys are virtual, so the schedule here doesn't affect you. But there was talk of coming back. That's the plan right now, 4 days a week after spring break. But we'll see. The outbreaks have been getting worse and worse. So we'll see if anything changes. But that's the plan right now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and share screen. So we will get into our Google Classroom. Now, a big part of what we're doing is PowerPoint. Okay. Let me just back up to the previous week's PowerPoint. First, we've been doing a few videos and they had about PowerPoints and presentations. Really, what I'm trying to teach you is not so much PowerPoint, the software, but how to do a multimedia presentation. That's an important skill to have. A lot of classes in your future, you're going to have to do it. And they're going to assume that you know how to use a program like PowerPoint, which is a lot like Google Slides. So if you're new to PowerPoint, but you've used Google Slides, there's a lot of similarity. Okay, just PowerPoint, just like kind of Word is to Docs, has more features in it and more capabilities. And it's an important skill to know for anything you do in your future. If you're going to go into any type of career fields or that, there's a good chance that, you're going to have to know PowerPoint at some point. Okay. So what's going on here? If we go back to last week, we got some videos. We got like 15 PowerPoint tips everyone should have in. How to design a presentation. This one here wasn't a lesson per se. It was just I just put a bunch of tutorials there. That's the way this works. You guys, the tutorials are there for you to watch. You might say, Mr. Rio, why didn't you make more tutorials for us? Well, first of all, these people who are professionals made tutorials as good or better than anything I could make. And second of all, since most of you are using the Windows version of PowerPoint and I have the Mac version of PowerPoint, my tutorials wouldn't be maybe exactly what you're using. It'd be close, very, very similar, but it might be a little different. These are not real long. It's a great software to learn. And quite frankly, once you start using it, you can pick a lot of it up really fast. And some of the skills we used or learned in Microsoft Word come up in PowerPoint, a lot of the same types of menus and features and inserts and all that. So if you haven't watched those, you should look at those there. Then there was the first PowerPoint assignment was last week. Now, what did I share with you last week? I shared the assignment itself, which might be a little confusing because it's got a lot of criteria on it. I shared the text of what's going to go onto the PowerPoint. So this here last week, I'm reviewing this because some people haven't done it. This is what you make your slides out of. Okay. You make a title slide from here, and then your first slide here, second, third, and so forth. What's it going to look like when you're done? I put a sample. Okay. That would be a title. Okay. If I was giving you a presentation here. Now, this is from a PDF. If I was actually in PowerPoint, it'd look better. You'd have maybe some transitions in here and things like that. But right now, since I'm in a PDF file, it's just showing you a picture of the slide. And then each slide looks something like this. You find a picture, go with it. You type in, there's a top part of a title you put in. There's a bulleted list you put in. You click in there, it just right off the sheet. It's really straightforward. Okay, you have to learn how to insert pictures. You can actually drag a picture out on here. You'll have to download some pictures, get some pictures out there, and just look for some stuff to go with this. Now, you can put a picture behind, like this one is, if you're a little more advanced. There's another picture. And so you can look here at a whole example and say, oh, yeah, it's not too hard. Some of these I changed up the layout a little bit, moved a few things around. Okay. And then put at the end. Now, I also have, this is from the first one. I do have a tutorial that I made. Okay. So that's one that I made right there. It's 18 minutes. But since a lot of you are using the Windows one, you might be better off just go straight to here and watch these. That brings us up to this week. There's a TED Talk I'm going to get to last, but we started another PowerPoint. Now, don't panic. You don't have to have it done this week, but you should be getting started on it this week. This one is meant to be a fun project, a creative project. You're going to make a PowerPoint about the one topic in the world you know better than any other topic that exists, and that is yourself. Okay? You're going to make a PowerPoint about yourself. So what's that going to mean? Well, let's open up the PDF. Now, here's the thing I'm also going to throw out there, because this is kind of a combined computer lit and computer use class, which means we have quite a range of students' abilities in this class. If you're someone that probably would have been in the regular computer lit class, which is the regular one, where you have a little, average or above abilities, then try to do all the stuff that's on here, which is the animations and transitions and that. Translation, it's easy. Okay, it's not hard, but worry about the transitions and animations last. First, everybody go through and just do your basic slide. So this would be another PowerPoint. Okay, so you make a new one. Your title slide just has your name on it and some type of introduction. People put things like all about me or the life of and put your name or something like that. It's meant to be fun and simple. Then the next one, what a lot of people do for slide number 2 is just put a little basic information about their background. I was born in Battle Creek. I have a mom and a dad and a puppy and a sister and a cat, or whatever it may be. Maybe some places you live, maybe you're not born around here, any of that kind of stuff. Now, for most students, probably 95% or more students, a slide like this is no problem. Occasionally, I get a student who, because of their personal background or issues they've had in their life, they don't want to talk anything about their family. If you are one of those people, it rarely happens, but it happens, just email me and I would let you do a different topic for slide number 2. It doesn't happen very often, but about once a year out of maybe 100 students, I'll get one student that doesn't want to talk about their family. But the other 99% do. So that's what that one is. Now it says here slides 3 and 4. That's two different slides. You can put hobbies and interest. So that could be just about anything. That could be I like to play video games. That could be I play football. That could be I play volleyball. That could be I like computers and social media. That could be I like hunting or I like camping or I play the guitar or the saxophone or whatever it may be. So you can make one slide each on two different things that you do. You can fit in more stuff. If you want to do 2, 3 things on each slide and cover, 5 or 6 things that you do, that's okay too. You don't have to necessarily do everything that you do if you do a lot of stuff, but do make sure you, put at least one topic on each one. So I give you a lot of flexibility there. And when you first set up a PowerPoint, you can pick a theme. You can just get your basic text up there for each one to get started. And then you can come back later and add pictures and edit fancier things and transitions and maybe even some animations. Now, when you get to slide number 5, that's pretty simple, just your 5 favorite movies. And you can just look up pictures look like the movie posters or whatever. And I'll be showing you some examples of some of that. Then for the number 6, you do your 5 favorite TV or streaming shows. So in the old days, we just simply said TV, but nowadays that could be streaming or cable or whatever it may be. So if there's any TV shows like that you like. Number 7, 5 favorite games, books, or magazines. So if you're into games, you can do games. You're into books or magazines, you can do those. You can mix and match a little bit, okay? But just put down some of your favorites there that you've read or like or whatever. Number 8, 5 favorite singers, music groups. So that could be an individual singer, it could be a music group, but do at least 5 different ones. And you can look up pictures and graphics and they have to put on there. I'll show you an example. Let's see here. Number 9 is your favorite classes and or school subjects. So it could be I like English 1 and weightlifting. Or it could just be in general. I like English, I like physical education, I like science, or it could be specific. I like biology, and do a slide each for that. Okay. Or that's one slide. You can mention 2 or 3 or whatever. Slides 10 and 11. This could either be places you visited or places you'd like to visit. So let's say you have traveled before. Maybe you went to Florida. So make a slide about visiting Florida. Maybe you've been to the Upper Peninsula camping. So you make a slide about camping in the Upper Peninsula. Maybe you've been to wherever, somewhere you can do. Now, you can also do places you'd like to visit. Let's say that you would like to visit Paris, France, but you have not been there yet. You can make a slide about Paris, France. Let's say you want to make a slide about Hawaii, but you have not been there yet. Look up some pictures and make a nice slide about Hawaii, about why you'd like to visit it or something like that. So have fun with that too. Okay. Number 12, list employment or personal goals for the future. Like you want to go to college, any type of career fields you might want to work in, family plans, any other accomplishments you want to do. So that should be an easy one too. Number 13, cover something about yourself not covered above. So it could be an unusual fact. It could be other interest, a brush with greatness, like if you ever met a celebrity, favorite other classes you didn't cover, or something about your pets. So we want some more information about you. Be creative, fill in your slides with content, and then make custom backgrounds for each. So if you know how to make a custom background, great. That's typically required, but I realize for some students that might be difficult. Okay. So that is the PowerPoint assignment. Now I'm going to give you some examples. First of all, here's the main example. There is a student, Jane Doe. It's not her real name, but we changed it. And she got some pictures there. Now, there's ways you can put a picture in the background like this. You don't have to do that, but if you can, that would be cool. And she put her information on here. Now, you can use your own personal pictures or look pictures up. So if you're doing like a hobby or interest, If you got pictures of, say, yourself camping, and it's one of them's about camping, great. Include a picture of you camping. If you don't have any pictures of yourself camping, but you go camping, you can go on Google and just find a picture of somebody camping. Okay, so just do your best. You can do stuff like this, putting pictures over that. Looks pretty nice. So there's a fair amount of flexibility there. Here's one that's 5 favorite movies. So this person put the little clips up for 4 of them, and then the big one's their favorite. There's favorite TV shows and favorite books or magazines that people read, and favorite singers, and favorite school subject, or it could be class or subject. This person likes math and science. And places you want to visit. Employment, personal goals. You want to be in law enforcement, teacher, Marine Corps, stuff like that. Now, this one we're not necessarily doing unless you want to do it as, one of your extra ones. Is unusual facts. This person here hunts with their stepdad. And then put at the end and put some pictures on there too. Okay, I have there's a couple videos here about YouTube for working with PowerPoint. This PPSX, that's one you can download of what I just showed you, and it'll actually play. I can't really do it here online, but if you download this or click on it and play it, it'll play. In other words, it'll be like someone giving a presentation. Okay, and then we got some little tutorial stuff here. So between last week and this week, there's a whole lot of PowerPoint going on. If you get stuck on anything, let me know. If PowerPoint's really, really hard for a couple of students that struggle a little bit with some learning and stuff, contact me. I might let you do some alternative stuff. So, but that's not the majority of you. There's a few people that might apply to. Okay, that's pretty much about it. There's that video about procrastination I'll talk about tomorrow. I'll talk some more about the PowerPoint. You guys bring questions to me too. What if we don't have favorite books? That's a good question. By the way, that's in the chat. Okay, I'm going to just tell you right now, if there are any topics I put in there and you got a better idea for that slide for yourself, just ask me. You say, Mr. Rio, I don't really read books. Can I make another interest? Add it, maybe, you got more interest than just the ones that already went into your slides. That's usually not a problem. Okay. So just like with the family one, if there's some issue, you don't want to do that topic, just contact me and ask, and usually it's not a problem to do another topic. Okay. So that's a good question, Tyler. Any other questions? Yeah, it is. I'm looking here at some of the this here. It's so much better than slides. That's true. PowerPoint, it's not that hard to learn. Look at those tutorials. Just don't be afraid of it. Open it up. Now, if you're on the school Windows computers, click the little square in the bottom corner, unless you know another better way to get to the full version of PowerPoint. Then they'll bring up all the applications in the menu, and then just go look for PowerPoint. I'm not sure if it comes up as PowerPoint or Microsoft PowerPoint, but open it up. Just don't be afraid of it. Just start clicking. Just try stuff out. You're going to work with slides. You're going to pick a background. Now, I originally, like when we were in class, when I had computer lit and that, I'd have people do custom backgrounds with pictures and colors, and I go through how to do all that in class. I can't really do that with you guys the same way. So some of you are a little more advanced, and you could probably figure that out and do some of that stuff. Same with animation. I mean, it's sort of required, but if you can't do it, do your best. Some people might have trouble with that, but majority you probably can do that. And animation, just where you can have like pictures pop out and text pop out, and it's kind of cool, The average slide is typically, when it comes time to share it, 7 seconds or something like that. So So have fun getting pictures, have fun with the topics. If you don't have both of them done, you got 2 PowerPoints to do. And the second one, the one you're doing right now, starting the personal PowerPoint about yourself, that's not even due this week. So if you can work on it over spring break, you know, it's not going to be due till after we come back. So I did that on purpose. So those of you struggle and need to watch the videos or whatever, you know, you got plenty of time to do that this week and over spring break. Okay. Any other questions? You can either unmute yourself or put them in the chat. Okay, I don't see any. So everybody have a great day. We will be back here tomorrow. Tomorrow at 2:00. Tuesday, I'll wrap up a few more things. Also, share with me any questions you got about the assignments. And I'm going to talk about the procrastination video, which you may watch and do that assignment before tomorrow. But if you don't, I'll be talking about that tomorrow. It's a good one. And I think it's something you guys are all going to relate to, some more than others. Okay. Either way, take care. Take care, Sarita and Jody and Hanson and Tyler and Matthew and Ibrahim. Okay. Yep. Thank you. Have a good day. You too, Jody. Yep. Thank you to everybody.
I have a wonderful day, Mr. Rio.
Thank you very much, Sarita.
And your microphone cap is coming off.
Yes, it is here. Just kind of moves around a little bit. Yep. So it's hard to get on there just perfect. Okay.
I was just letting you know so it doesn't fall off on you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You enjoy your puppy.
Thank you.
Yep. Take care. Okay. I'll see you.